Welcome back, everyone. This is another episode of Half Bean Survival. I'm glad you could come with us. This is the inspiration video that I'm making because I can't remember his name right off the bat, but the guy that does survival prepping for normal people decided to make a video the other day. He explained that a lot of people had a lot of skills, and one of the skills that he did not have was making candles. So, during this time of the gotta be careful, this whole YouTube thing, this pandemic, and taking time and doing my thing while being Quentin Quarantino, yeah, there you go, I have gotten very bored and have hit the YouTube quite hard, and I have recently learned how to, get cotton, as you've seen in one of my previous videos, natural cotton, and learn how to card and then make a spindle. I believe they call it a drop spindle. I have to do some more research. And make my own cotton string. I mean, obviously, as you can see, it's pretty whack, but it works. Just a piece of dowel, a block, or I say block, it's a round of, I believe that's Weesatch, and then a little bent up eye hook. I've been doing some practicing, and it's getting there. But we're going to use this piece that I started on to do some candles, so that way, what's his name from Survival Prepping for Normal People, one of these days I'll get the name right, can kind of see how that works. And in another video we'll also show how this works. But I also had a thought. Survival is about working with what you got. Which brings me to my next piece of string. That's some pretty hardy stuff, right? That's a big old piece of string. Well, one thing that I have no shortage of, if you look at my toaster, the lighting kind of sucks, but you know what? We will pan to the right a little bit, and I will show you what I have no shortage of. Snug bug. Hey, kitty. This guy. We have no shortage of Mr. Snuggles, my wife's kitty. And as you can see, the size of my hand, it's not that big, but look at the size of his head. Aw, isn't he sweet? That's right. Does your kitty do this? Does he loaf himself on things? I mean a full-on, big old block of dough, and then just spilling off the sides. This is an egregiously large beast. So, do high interest rates got you down? Does your cat loaf himself and do absolutely nothing to help you around the house? Well, if he does, I have a solution for you. What do you think, kitty? Yeah? Is that what you're talking about? Is that what you're talking about? Giant, vile animal. Look at you. Huge, fat... Hey. You sniff, and then rub. There you go. We don't know what to do. Anyway, we may edit through some of this, but the best way to get that fur from him is to eat. Look at my pile of crap. Get that cat brush. Look at that. And he loves it. He loves it. You see that? He's just itching to get it. Look at him. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to get some more. You like that, kitty? I'm going to get some more hair off him. Apparently I found the good spot. Look at that face. Yeah, he's one of those kitties that, likes to lick whenever you catch the good spot. You know how cats like it when you scratch their butt? He just loves it. Look at that face. after a light brushing, ooh, look at that. I've only pulled out a little bit. Should have seen the pad that I took off him earlier. That's how I made that string. Yeah, sorry about the lighting, folks. But this is cotton. As you can tell, I suck at making rope. This is all Mr. Snuggles. I made a rat tail off the cat's butt, and we're going to experiment. We're going to see if cat hair makes a good candle. So clearly, I need to get better hobbies. What do you think, Snugbug? That's you. Getting all over everything, you jerk. Alright, everybody. I had to come outside. Obviously, it's nighttime. So, I had to come outside and do this because the house is highly flammable. Sorry about the crappy lighting. But as you can see, I have a buffet warmer, some wax, there's the cotton, there's the cotton. I have been prepping the wicks. Let's see if I can get a hold of this fellow over here. Hold on. I'm going to set that down. Here's the melted wax. Now, this crap is really hot. That's my stand that I used to boil it down on with that. And right here is Mr. Snuggles, the cat wick, so to speak. So I'm prepping these so that way I can pour them and hopefully we'll have a candle. And we will see if cat hair makes a decent wick. So I figure, why not? What's it gonna hurt? Worst thing that happens is it stinks. The cotton one, on the other hand, will probably work. But, to be completely honest, I think we all know that that's gonna work. So, to that effect, if you're going to use cotton, okay, I dipped it in once. You don't want this stuff to be like boiling hot, but you would take your cotton and repeatedly dip it in over and over and over again. With each cooling, you're going to eventually start piling up with a lot of wax. Now when your wax is boiled like that, it takes longer for it to cool. So right now I'm letting it cool a little bit. I'm going to keep dipping one. The other one's going to get poured into another can. And we're going to do a pour with the cat hair candle because I'm not entirely sure how it's going to work. This is the experiment. So we'll be right back. Alright, everybody. I mean, they ain't perfect. I only had so big of a can. But I did some dip candles, which is where you take your wick, dip it in there over and over and over again, like I said. They ain't pretty, but you know what? Right now they're cooling. Those are the two big cotton ones that I twisted up out of that natural cotton. They really ain't all that big. I mean, there's my finger, and it's just a little bit bigger. That's my index finger. Y'all don't get it confused now. This was a small wick that I had. Figured I'd make a dip candle. And the same over here. This one is also probably about as big as the round of my finger. And this guy participated, and he doesn't even know it. Isn't that... Oh, look at you, kitty. That went all the way up to my waist. Come on, give me another one. Nothing? No? Nothing? Okay. Anyway, his candle is going to stay outside. And, oh, look at you. Friggin' house chicken just hanging around like an albacore. I mean, they got to do something for you. He doesn't hunt or anything. He's gotten lazy. So, I mean, he also plays with stuff that he's not supposed to. I gotta clean up his food area. But anyway, I mean, all he does is hang around, sniff stuff, poop, push stuff off the floor, onto the floor, table and everything. And then he does stuff like that. He redeems himself. Oop, sorry, kitty. I just kicked the crap out of him. Down in this decrepit hole is where he poops. So, there you go. An episode of Doo-Doo. What? Anyway, moving on. As you can see, if I can get out of the shot, I mean, this is their tree. And just brushing him, the big old ball of fur. And that wasn't even a good brushing. That was just a whack, little half-hearted brush just to get enough fur off of him to make a wick. So there you have it. Bing. Kitty, we're going to see how you work out as a candle. That guy's freaking huge, man. 22 pounds, and he's got to do something to earn his keep around here. Anyway, enough about him. Here's the candles. They've been dipped. The one is cooling outside because there's just not enough room, and he likes to knock crap over. So, when it comes to, I will light it up, and we'll see how it works. Alrighty, y'all. We are back, and we have our wicks taken care of, and our candles handled up. They're kind of goofy looking and lumpy, but you know what? They will work. Alright, now, what we have here is a candle wick in this handy-dandy little handmade coat hanger piece of juniper, and a 38 bullet shell casing cut in half as our little candle holder. That one was just to use up the rest of the wax. That was an existing, this is just an existing wick. These two are cotton. These are the cotton wicks that we made with the string. Okay, here's the excess cotton string. And this guy right here, that would be Mr. Snuggles. This one kind of unraveled, but on the actual candle that's in the tin, this candle's kind of goofy, but we're going to see if it works. Okay, that's all cat hair. So this is the experiment. Now we obviously know that cotton wicks will work. Obviously. We'll get that one going. See if we can get these going. Might take a minute. It's also a little breezy outside. Ooh, that one's getting it. Anyway, obviously those are going to work. Some take a little longer than others because they were obviously soaked. So, now that we have them going, I mean, candle's a candle. Will work. Mind you, 2 of them are cotton. The other one's an existing candle wick. But the ultimate goal here is to see is raw cotton being twisted up into a thread can be used to make a candle wick. And you can find wax just about anywhere that you'll find anyone that uses a candle. Right? So, anything left over can be a fire starter. And you can find candles just about anywhere. Sometimes churches will get rid of them, like half-burnt ones, or they'll be, your local church can throw away a candle that's, melted down, but you still got a bunch of good wax. You don't have a wick. Let's say you're in the middle of a SHTF situation. You find raw cotton, because this time of year, they're growing it all over the South. So, needless to say, you can find it on the side of the road. Those obviously are burning quite well. How long they'll last depends on the quality of your make. Mine might last a while, but we'll see. Now, let's get into the meat of this one. We're talking natural cat hair, okay, twisted up into a wick. Let's just see how well of a candle it makes. It's probably going to stink. But, hey, as far as we know, it could work quite well. Alright, so far it smells like some burning cat. But we also haven't gotten down to the main part of the wax yet. So I guess for the moment, looks like it's doing pretty good. Stinks, but hey, you know, it's hair. What do you want? Once it gets down a little bit further, we'll be able to see how well it's going to do. Y'all like my little candle thing? My candlestick? It's actually a chopstick. Fun, fun. Alright. Well, it seems for the moment to be working okay. I mean, it don't exactly smell good, and I'm sure it's going to burn down real quick. So it may or may not work. Almost looks like it's growing, doesn't it? Let's get y'all a little bit closer to the action. Okay, seem to be going strong. Well, maybe not that strong. Nope. And I guess, since it's a natural material, it may not work too well. Let's try this again. Gotta work with what you got, right? I mean, hey, it was worth a shot. You know, he ain't doing nothing else around the house except eating and pooping. Oh yeah, and sleeping. But mainly eating and pooping. Alright, now that we got the bulk out of the way, and the fact that we got a lot of breeze around here probably doesn't help. See if we can block some of it. And it would probably have helped if I have had more wax. But, you know, you only work with what you got. So could it work in a more controlled environment? Maybe. You know, if there wasn't so much breeze around, and if you had a tighter weave, it could also depend on the wax. It might work for a very short period of time. But I'd say it was feasible. Seems like it's burning down pretty quick. Almost looks like it's making pee. Yep. Burnt cat hair. Anyhow. Well, this is Half Bean. We gave it a shot. Liquid cat stink. So we gave it a shot. Didn't really work out, but you know what? Survival prepping for normal people, you're helping the world go a little bit farther in what people want to try and do. And maybe it works, maybe it doesn't. Better or for worse. Kind of like being married. You know, try to make it work. Sometimes it stinks, sometimes it doesn't. But there's a lot of hair getting everywhere. And we can thank our wives for that one. Anyhow, thanks for stopping by. I would like to say thank you to Mr. Snuggles. He will loaf himself in the next video, and hopefully we'll see y'all there. Y'all have a good one.